bored. I had one other point, but I don't have it right in front of me. So let's keep this momentum going into the next fight.
All right.
Oh,
Personality rich heavyweight. So look, I'm
yes.
trying to explain MMA memes to people is essentially just a way to get your friends and family to talk about you behind your back. So I'm
Yep.
not going to explain why Alexander Volkov's humor and fan appeal is criminally underappreciated, or why the eye patch donned by Waldo Cortes Acosta in this picture is such a great dig at the heavyweight champ Tom Aspinall. You're going to have to take my word for it.
Yes.
But these guys, I'm very excited for this fight.
Me
Um,
too, man. And you mentioned like the Tom Aspinall takedown of Volkov. I think that Volkov has now, really kind of tried to up his repertoire in training. He's been focusing on his takedown ability a lot, which is interesting for a dude that's 6'7". So I wonder how that's going to play out because we got right here a heavy-handed boxer and a guy who's been trying takedown moves a little bit more. So a little bit of an uneven style matchup. But, and one thing I have in my notes here, Kev, because you've been watching UFC a lot longer than I have. When I see bigger dudes, and I mean bigger as in height fighters, I don't expect a lot of ground and pound to come out of that. Do you see that as a disadvantage for a guy of this size?
no, I would say having that long reach and having the frame to where you can go in, land some ground and pound, and then get back out. I see it as an advantage. I think this fight is going to be Volkov just kind of picking apart Cortez Acosta at distance. His
Yeah.
fight against Sergey Pavlovich back in July 2024, that's exactly what he did for 3 rounds. He just stayed at range and bloodied up Sergey Pavlovich for the victory. That's where I see this going. I don't want to give your pick away because I saw it, but I would like you to talk more about that because I think there is a chance.
Yeah, it seemed like this was actually the one that me and Curran weren't on the same boat as actually that I looked at. Look, for me, it kind of just comes down to the stats are on Volkov's side. And when I watched him, I think he has like a better pacing, so to speak, in his, overall stance and just like his ability to dance around his opponents despite his size. And that also comes from just looking at the different styles that he implements throughout his very tenured career as a
Mhm.
big boy. I think he has like a lot more in his arsenal that he's going to be able to tap into than Acosta, who I found out today, one started out as a pitcher in baseball, so he's a multi-sport athlete, and he wanted to be a pastor when he was a kid, believe it or not. So maybe the big man upstairs will help him out a little bit and negate what my pick is going to be. But just going off of, trusting my eyes, I think, is what I'm going to go with Alexander Volkov. I think, yeah, no, I don't want to go on anymore.
Yeah, it's a heavyweight fight, so there's anything can happen. It just takes one punch to put someone down. But yeah, I see it going the same way. Also, Volkov should be on a 7 fight win streak. His split decision loss to Cyril Gahn was kind of
Right.
insane. 19 out of 20 media members and 87% of the fans gave the decision to Volkov. So it was a bit of a robbery. Cyril Gahn won, ended up facing Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight strap, poked him in the eye.
Mm.
That's why we got it anyway. That's a little
No,
butterfly
wait,
effect
but
there.
Kev, before you go on, because Volkov is currently ranked number 2 heavyweight, is if he wins this, is the next logical step a shot at the title for him?
Yes, and I realize I
Okay.
put them both as the number 2 heavyweight. That's, I think Waldo Cortes Acosta is maybe 6. But yeah,
Yeah.
so at the UFC
No, you're right.
250.
He is 6. I have
Okay.
that right here
So
in my notes. You're right.
at
Yeah.
Freedom 250, Poatan and Cyril Gahn are fighting for the interim title at
Okay.
heavyweight. The
Oh, yeah,
winner of
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the winner
You're
of that's gonna face Tom Aspinall hopefully later this year to unify the belt, and then, yeah, I do think the winner of this fight, unless Josh Hokett can sneak in, I think the winner of this fight's gonna have the next shot at
because
the strap.
doesn't Hokett now have the interim after the last fight
No,
against Fury?
he'll be fighting Derek Lewis on the White House card, but not
Okay.
for any belt. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
All
still got
right.
to learn how all that works.
Yeah,
All right.
it's goofy.
Now, here we go. This is going to be my favorite.